Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to a full match commentary of Manchester United against Manchester City. A big game in the title race. And off we go. At Old Trafford, I'll bring you the two lineups in just a second. City in the sky blue, United, of course. Need I tell you in red? And what a game this promises to be. Well, the whole world has been talking about this game for quite a number of weeks. But now the talking stops and now the game begins. And I have to say it's quite remarkable really to think at the atmosphere for this game, as City just knocking it about in the early opening exchanges of the game. Ball knocked back. So well, it's a cracking atmosphere. We've had a minute. We'll give you the two lineups as soon as we get a break in play. Young on the far side, tussling there with Sterling on the far side. Sterling sticking very close to him, almost like super glue. And then the ball hooked away over the halfway line. And the ball, well, it wasn't particularly well hit, but the ball has somehow come back to Henderson. Is in the City goal, kicks long. 775th Merseyside Manchester derby. United 72 wins, 50 wins per Man City, 52 draws, and that's an all-time record if you include League and FA Cup and League Cup games. Referees Michael Oliver from County Durham, by the way. We'll give you the full 11s in a minute. Here come Manchester City now, bombing forward, the ball back in towards Sané now, on the left hand side, into Silva, back to Sané again, left hand side still. Now Delph, playing at left back this afternoon. Back in field it goes. We'll bring you the two lineups in full plus substitutes as soon as we get them. We've managed to get the broadcast here. Remember, United back to winning ways. They had David De Gea in terrific form. You may remember last week against Arsenal in that game at the Emirates where he pulled off whopping 14 saves. At the moment the ball hasn't gone out, so I can't read you the two teams. Manchester City have won their last 13. One behind Arsenal, who set the record back in 2002-03 as City come forward again, well defended again by Manchester United. They'll get a second ball to get it away. Referee playing on, and Valencia now over on the far side. Lukaku waits in the middle. Lingard is joining the attack as well as that ball rolls down the left hand side. United have possession. The ball runs into touch and it will be a goal kick, I think, to Manchester City. And a yellow card in fact has been given to Kyle Walker. Must have been a foul there. Let's just try and give you the two teams if we can. So Manchester United, De Gea in goal, Valencia, Smalling, Rockio, Young, Herrera, Matic, Martial, Lingard, Rashford and Lukaku. So a very attack-minded lineup there for Manchester United. And we'll give you the City lineup in a second or two. In fact, City have possession in fact, but we'll give you their team now just very quickly. Henderson, Walker, Kompany, Otamendi, Delph, De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Silva, Sterling, Jesus and Sané. On the bench for United, we've got Lindelof, Jones, Mata, Ibrahimovic, Romero, Shaw and McTominay. For City, I should also tell you it's Bravo, Daniel, Gundogan, Aguero, Mangala, Bernardo Silva and Zizenko. Referee, as I say, is Michael Oliver from County Durham. Earlier today, as City marauded towards the edge of the penalty box, but it's hooked away again. Still no here as we speak. And now the ball back with the goalkeeper. We've had about just under shy of 5 minutes gone. Earlier today, Arsenal drew, got a late goal for Olivier Giroud against Southampton. They rescued a 1-1 draw down at St Mary's. And a late Wayne Rooney penalty saved Everton a point at Anfield in the Merseyside derby earlier today. But Jurgen Klopp has given a very aggressive press conference. And read into that if you will. But this is the biggest game of the weekend by none, and we've got it covered here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. So don't go anywhere else. We've got snow now coming down in Steros. One kick there up by De Gea looking for Lukaku. Martial trying to chase after that one, but Delphi's there first. Gets it back to Ederson. City, in fact, is taking the goal to our left, so they're attacking the Stretford end at Old Trafford. This is De Bruyne now on the left-hand side for Manchester City in the sky blue, and he hits a long ball towards the right-hand side, and well, it would have asked a lot there of Sané to keep that in play. The idea was there from De Bruyne, but just the pass really lacked a little bit of conviction. He must have hit it something like 60 yards, and it ended up being an aimless pass in the end. Most neutrals and most of the league will probably want Manchester United to win because it will keep the title race going. City have been excellent this season, and they play some exhilarating football. We've seen them win at Chelsea terrifically well away from home, and we've seen them win well at West Brom, so they've got very good form. They've won a 3-kick on halfway in a very promising position for them. Still 0-0. 3-kick was taken short, incidentally. Otamendi playing it forward. And Otamendi once more. De Bruyne out there as well. Ball fed through, but back with De Gea once again for Manchester United. His kick. Looking for Martial on halfway. Martial winning it on the right-hand channel. Lukaku in there to battle with the City defence, and he's been penalised. A foul on Otamendi. Free kick to Manchester City. Just a little bit of a clumsy challenge there by the Belgian international Romelu Lukaku. Got some midweek football coming up for you on the Claret Smack Delay. We're going to have a busy time on Wednesday. We've got full delay commentary of Burnley's match at home to Stoke. That takes place on the Tuesday night, but we'll bring you that on a Wednesday afternoon, and we'll have a top outstanding Wednesday night match for you as well on Wednesday. Also next Saturday we'll have full match commentary of Brighton and Hove Albion versus Manchester United, and what a game that promises to be. And Christmas, and your Christmas football is sorted out here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. We'll have delayed commentary of Tottenham, Burnley's match with Tottenham on the 25th of December, or on the 23rd I should say, and then we'll have the whole match from Old Trafford, the Claret match live on Boxing Day, Manchester United against Burnley on the 26th, and then obviously we'll have Liverpool as well, and another Claret match live on January the 1st, sandwiched in between that a match against Huddersfield. So Christmas football definitely sorted, and of course there'll be a few other games as well. Third round of the FA Cup as well to come early January. We'll pinpoint what games will be played. There will be a Saturday match and a Sunday match for you. At least two commentaries from the third round proper of this season's FA Cup, and we're hoping that Manchester City Burnley will be one of those games that we'll be able to bring to you full match commentary, although it has a 3 o'clock kick-off. A City come forward, and in the end Ashley Young just hooking it away from his own 6-yard box into touch, is it? City throw. So looking at it again, Sterling laying the ball forward or running at the defenders, and then the ball played in there towards Jesus, but the flag I think had gone up. I don't think the flag had gone up for offside. It did look a little bit offside to me. One ball forward, and Company having to get back with Jesse Lingard pursuing him there over on the far side. And at the moment it's been a little bit of a game of chess between the two Manchester clubs thus far. It's the way it has been. It's It's certainly living up to Horwit's pre-match hype, I have to say. And we've had 10 minutes now of the first half. 0-0. And Old Trafford, we're just waiting for this game to really come to life as a throw from Manchester United, taken by Young towards Rashford. Back again once more for United, but De Bruyne to get it away from Manchester City. Up towards Sterling. United winning the header back, and then City having to defend a little bit in their own penalty area, and they do that very casually indeed and simply as well. As Nicholas Otamendi comes forward now for City. That's a poor ball by Sterling. Gives a chance now. Lukaku might just run into it. Good through ball, but it's too close to Edison. The idea was good, and I think if the pass had been a little bit more weighted, I think they may have well... Manchester United may have been in there for the opening goal. As it happens, we've got Sané on the far side for Manchester City. Sané playing the ball back. Now Silva has it. De Bruyne's to his left. Here's De Bruyne now, 35 yards from goal. Will Fernandinho have the shot? He can hit them from there. Sané now will run at the United defence. Remember, they've got Sergio Aguero amongst the bench. It's a big call from Pep Guardiola this afternoon. A very big call indeed. Sané now, still deep inside United territory. On the left hand side. As they attack the goal to the left, the Stretford end. Leroy Sané now tries to create something. That pull ball back to Fernandinho. Shot ricocheted off a couple of bodies. It was almost like a pinball machine, but United got away with it all right. And now, but still, City onslaught. This United defence, they're going to play on the break. United, I think that's the tactic. As Marcus Rashford stopped in his tracks by Otamendi. So still 0-0. Coming up to 12 minutes of the first half gone. Another throw to Manchester United, about 15 yards inside the City half. 0-0. But a good match. Pep Guardiola knows that this is an important game in the context. 43 points in the top flight this season is the most after 15 matches in the top flight history. Tottenham were the last team to achieve that feat back in 61. 1960-61 season, they won the league and won the FA Cup as well. League and Cup double. And a good team in those days, Tottenham, the likes of Jimmy Greaves and one or two others. Danny Branchflower, free kick to Manchester City, foul there by Matic, the former Chelsea player. I'm Silva having a conversation with Mr. Oliver. It was a foul here on Kyle Walker. I have to say, Walker's probably conned the referee a bit there. I think he's made a bit of a meal of that, Kyle Walker. But he has conned the referee into giving City a free kick. A little bit harsh on matches, perhaps. He did have a rueful smile towards Mr. Oliver, who felt that was a foul. Although we've had a look at it on a replay, and I thought that was a little bit harsh against Nemanja Matic. Still 0-0 here, and a free kick to Manchester City. Michael Oliver, one of the younger referees in the game, and really will have his work cut out here. But he has experience of the big game, so he's without experience. Goes up through the ranks. He's Barbara Clive. Oliver used to be a referee, as we just see an opportunity there, almost an own goal in fact, but by Matic, but it's turned away into the arms of David there. But he's Barbara Clive, Oliver. Actually used to be a Football League referee for many years standing, and it prompted his son Michael to join the refereeing elite. And well, he's surpassed even his father's expectations. Here's Silva now for Manchester City, onto Leroy Sané on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, I should say. Here's Silva again, tussling around, but again, Manchester United just doing the basic defending here at the moment. They're not allowing City to settle on the ball as much as they would like, and that is really absolutely annoying, leaving danger outside of Manchester City, and Ashley Young to play it away for Manchester United, up towards halfway. Silva, De Bruyne, chasing that one, and Rashford going in hard. Still 0-0 here, and City win the ball back. De Bruyne again. Infield once more. Raheem Sterling perhaps. Lovely football again, and a chance here for City. And straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. And Raheem Sterling here, the former Liverpool man, making the best chance of the game. Playing a 1-2 here with Gabriel Jesus. And in the end, Sterling, who's in red hot form at the moment, it was probably a half chance for the England man. Left-footed shot, it was tamely hit. Smalling did magnificently to get back there. Referee's given a free kick to Manchester United by a foul on Martial by Sterling, or Delph I should say. Coming up towards 16 minutes gone at Old Trafford. Earlier today, Southampton 1, Arsenal 1. A late goal from Olivier Giroud saved Arsenal there. Then a penalty from Wayne Rooney saved Everton's skin, I'm sure. And Jurgen Klopp has absolutely has just had an X-rated press conference. I'm sure we'll hear more about that as the evening wears on here tonight. And a good ball forward and a chance here now for City on the break. They've got plenty forward. There's the shot. Oh, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Gabriel Jesus with an opportunity of a lifetime then to put City in front. A lovely ball forward. United's defence splits. Gabriel Jesus beats everybody, and then his shot was so tamely hit, and it was an easy take there for David De Gea. One of the easiest saves you'll have to make, but he won't be too disappointed. I felt he would have done a lot. I expected him to probably make a much more difficult save than he actually did, and I have to say Gabriel Jesus was probably trying to be a little too clever there. 17 minutes gone. United 0, City 0. The 175th Manchester derby, and never a more crucial one than this. If City win, then I can't see Manchester United getting back into the title race. They were my tip for the title, remember, on LTF at the start of the season. And here they go again, this time Lukaku on the chase for United, with it straight into the arms of Edison inside the City penalty area. Bowls it out to Delph. Delph playing it forward. No Paul Pogba because of suspension, of course. United will miss his creativity. Sterling now in towards David Silva. Silva now playing it over to the far side. Sané trying to look for De Bruyne, but he lost out there. Now Martial for Manchester United. The top two, remember, facing off here in this Manchester derby. And here's Rashford. Marcus Rashford for United. Rashford with a cross which is too close to Edison. Was never going to find Lukaku. Chelsea lost, of course, yesterday at West Ham. My beloved Clarets are still 7th and a good 5 points above Leicester City, who they won as well. Won a cracker at Newcastle yesterday. And I was at Moor to see the match, and I have to say, I don't know what Marco Silva had to complain about, because the red card his player got was the right decision. I thought the referee was right. I thought Richarlison had dived. I thought that was an awful attempt to try and win a penalty. I think he should be berating his own players, Marco Silva, instead of trying to berate the referee. I think Burnley had the wrong end of some of the decisions in the second half. Barnes' goal, that was wrongly chalked out, but didn't matter in the end. Burnley winning the game 1-0 and 28 points. Great times if you're a Claret, and we'll be picking them up over Christmas, of course, and New Year as well. We'll pick them up against Brighton, in fact, next weekend with a 3 o'clock kick-off. Coming up towards 20 minutes gone here in Old Trafford. 0-0 between United and City. The 175th Manchester derby. And remember, the Merseyside derby finished 1 all square. So too did Southampton Arsenal at St Mary's today. As Jesus picks it up on the left hand side. Feeds David Silva, playing that ball in, but again, good defensive work there by Nemanja Matic. Now Martial, still in deep inside United's half. They conceded a throw to Manchester City, and I have to say, City look the more favourites to score at the moment if you're a betting mad. I would like to fancy who would be the first scorer. As De Bruyne plays that in there towards Sterling. He's going to be one of the favourites for first scorer, and here he is on the ball now. Cuts inside from the left-hand side. Raheem Sterling still got possession. Silva trying to lay it back in. Gets a second opportunity. Shot gets the cross, attempted cross gets a deflection, and it fails very kindly for David De Gea. 20 minutes gone. It's United 0, City 0. As we see a replay of that. We've seen some terrific stuff on the Manchester derby over the years. Remember Manchester City coming here several years ago and Mario Balotelli putting Manchester United to the sword and winning 6-1. Why always me and everything else? Here's a chance now for the class of 2017. Here's Jesus. Good skills. He goes down. The referee looks at him and says no. No penalty to Manchester City. The referee was adamant. He had a good long look at it, Michael Oliver, and just ran away from it. Almost to say, just get up and get on with the game. Still City come forward with Sane. Sane in towards Silva. De Bruyne just towards his left-hand side. Inside it goes. Trying to play the ball through. No foul again. Good disciplined United defence once again. Here's Rashford through the centre. Rashford running at all comers. Still Rashford through the middle. Can't feed Jesse Lingard. And company using all his experience. Cutting that out. Now he trots over the halfway line himself and he tries to play a through ball. But Company in there to win a... Well, I thought that was a good tackle by Vincent Kompany. And Andre Herrera... Rocchio wanting retribution for Vincent Kompany. I think he should keep his mouth shut, Rocchio, I have to say. I actually think this is a good tackle. It looked at it from the first angle. Yep, gets the ball for me. I think Kompany can feel rather unfairly treated there. This was the potential penalty. Well, Herrera did stick out a leg, didn't he? But it was simulation, and I think the referee was right. But Herrera was asking for trouble in that sense because he did stick out a leg. And sometimes when you do that, you do invite the referee to make a decision against your team. Luckily on that occasion, it didn't come back to bite Andre Herrera that time. Goal kick to Manchester City meanwhile. So the snow comes down at Old Trafford. City still complaining about the non-award of a penalty they think they should have, but we've looked at a replay. And now Guardiola and Jesus having a bit of a set 2 down on the touchline. No goals, but it's all happening here. Sterling has come the closest to scoring, and look at Pep Guardiola. He's going to end up near Jose Mourinho if he's not careful. He's got to stay in his own technical area, Pep Guardiola. You can't fault the man's passion, because the man's passion's won titles in Spain and in Germany with Barcelona and Bayern Munich respectively. Although he inherited very good teams and he didn't have to do too much tinkering with it. This has been a very long-term project for Manchester City. And now he's got the team playing how he wants them to play. This is Jesus interfield. Here's Sterling. Sterling, whose all-round games improved very well. There's the shot from about 30 yards from Fernandinho. It's into the Stratford end for a goal kick. Halfway through the first half, United 0, City 0. Passions do run high on this massive derbies. This is the 175th edition in case you are joining the commentary this afternoon, and I don't think there's been a more tense or really meaningful derby than this. I think it's more than the 174 that have gone beyond before them. A draw wouldn't be good really for United. They really do need to win today. City could afford to draw this game. It wouldn't be a bad result for City. It would keep them at arm's length from Manchester United, although 3 points would be even handier for them because it would pull them further away from United. Beaten so far this season. They did in domestic football. They did lose a Champions League game earlier this week to Shakhtar Donetsk 2-1. That was always a dead rubber and wasn't going to count too much against them. Of course, they've got the Clarets to come in the third round of the FA Cup. They're safely through to the quarterfinals of the EFL competition, which will be back in about a week's time. Right, here's Delph to Manchester City, infield to Sterling. Sterling trying to turn, but again United just crowding him out. And I have to say, it's been stout United defending all the way in this first half. They really haven't. Apologies for the loss of sound there, but we are back live with you. 0-0. Manchester United have conceded a throw level with their own, level with the City penalty area. City in fact get a throw level with their own penalty area, I should say. Now Michael Oliver telling Kyle Walker to get back a few yards. You're trying to think, he's standing for no nonsense, the referee from Durham, and laying his authority on the game. Few boos for Kyle Walker there from the United fans, because they do feel he's trying to gain a little bit of an unfair advantage. But it's a close one to call. I wouldn't want to call it at this stage. 27 minutes of the match gone. Still United 0, City 0. And this is Martial. Just ran into traffic there. Delph did well. Now Silva picks it up in towards Sterling. Back to De Bruyne. If anything's going to make it happen for them in midfield, it's De Bruyne. Still De Bruyne now, midway inside the City half. Now a chance here for Fernandinho, for Silva, and in towards Fernandinho. Sané on the far side. City just patient build up here. Fernandinho chips the ball out towards the near side. As Jesus now runs in towards the area. Pull back towards Silva. Silva trying to thread the ball through. Gets a little nick off the defender. And I think it will be... Is it a City corner or is it a goal kick? Well, from Pep Guardiola's body language, it's a goal kick, I think. He's not happy about something. He's having a word with his bench now. He's a very animated character, is Pep Guardiola, I must say. It is a corner, in fact, to Manchester City. So Leroy Sané the take on the near side. Are we going to see an opening goal here? Sané with the corner towards the back post. It's a poor corner, really. And Marcus Rashford can pick that up on the far side for Manchester United. And United now can breathe a huge sigh of relief. One ball looking for Jesse Lingard. And Lingard might still get him behind. And then the ball packed towards Ederson at a rate of knots. But he did well, the City goalkeeper, to control it and get it out. Here's Sané on the near side for Manchester City. 28.5 minutes gone. Good first half here at Old Trafford. It's been an enjoyable first nearly half an hour or so of this 175th Manchester derby, live from Old Trafford on the JB Claret YouTube channel. A start, and this is only the start of the big December games. We'll have plenty more for you over the course of the month. Christmas, New Year, a feast of commentaries. Hopefully LTF will be back for a Christmas special. We will talk hopefully to Chris Whiteman about the possibility of doing that, even if he's listening. Hello Chris, hope you're doing okay. The live chat has been disabled, of course, as it has been as customary. The possession, in fact, 78% possession to 22 Manchester City's favour, and they've had 2 shots at goal or 2 shots on target and 4 at goal in total. Long ball forward. Flag stay down and Jesus, and I think it was Jesus inside the penalty area couldn't thread it down. De Bruyne has it for City. City still in the ascendancy here. They're having all the play here at the moment. They are dominating this. United very happy to sit back and defend. Shot comes in from 30 yards, right-footed from Nicholas Otamendi. It's over the top for a goal kick. In fact, it was Raheem Sterling who had the original chance. Earlier today, Arsenal drew 1-1. In case you've come in late, it's 0-0 here in this Manchester derby. Earlier today, Southampton and Arsenal drew 1-1. A late goal from Arsenal. Olivier Giroud saving them a point down at St Mary's. I know Southampton will feel on balance they should have had all 3 points. And earlier today in the Merseyside derby, it finished Everton. A late Wayne Rooney penalty saved a point for Everton after Liverpool had gone into the lead. And apparently Jurgen Klopp has given a very fiery press conference and probably tell you a bit more about it at half time before the second half begins here in this game, as Jesse Lingard wins possession rather fairly, and the ball has gone in the net, but I think the foul has been given. In fact, it was a little bit hard by Jesse Lingard, I have to say, but he's not the most muscular man, Jesse Lingard, but it was easy for him to barge out Otamendi. Well, he did push him in fairness, and referee was right. Lingard put the ball in the net ridiculously well from an acute angle, but not that it was going to be given in the month for Sundays. And still, United 0, City 0 at Old Trafford, as Company plays that ball back to Edison. Apologies for the noise in the background, but we will try and ignore that. Otamendi trying to almost play himself into trouble. Lingard was very close to him there as he tried to play out. Now Otamendi has it again for Manchester City. 0-0 in this first half at Old Trafford. 32 minutes of the game have already been played. And it's been a marvellous exhibition for Manchester City, but they haven't been able to break through this stubborn United defence. Here's Sterling now edge of the penalty area. Does want to shake off a couple of performers. Plays it in towards Silva, and then Sterling goes for the return again. And he's well stopped again by that stubborn United defence. And Sterling and Rocchio having a little bit of a set to here. Michael Oliver will have to go in and sort it out. It's all getting a bit feisty out there now. Still 0-0 here, and certainly Raheem Sterling is certainly involved in a lot of things at the moment. Here he is again. Look at the skills there. Just ready to traffic, I should say. And still 0-0. 33 minutes on the clock. Header won by Otamendi. Woof. Well, Marcus Rocchio took matters into his own hands there, has injured himself in the process. Now Guardiola and Mourinho having a bit of a discussion down on the touchline. Oof, very late there, Rocchio, wasn't he? Very late indeed. In fact, both players are down. David Silva and Rocchio are down. Both haven't come off too well for that. 0-0. And we've got a stoppage here at Old Trafford. As I say, Jurgen Klopp's press conference was a bit feisty, to say the least. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that as the evening develops after the Liverpool had drawn 1-1 with Everton in this afternoon's Merseyside derby. Full house incidentally inside Old Trafford as we wait for the players to to sort themselves out and get themselves fit up and ready to go again. It's a bitterly cold afternoon, around about sub-zero temperatures. Well, there's always going to be a little bit of a needle match, this one. It had to be said. I think United will have to make a substitution here. Pep just patrolling the touchline as if he owns the place. Well, when they're off is warming up to go on. Rocchio is still in a bad way. We've got Romelu Lukaku receiving instructions here from Mourinho. It's all happening here. There's going to be at least 4, maybe 3 or 4 minutes at the end of this first half to be added on, I would suspect. So far United have parked the bus, and Rocchio is had to take off his other shirt because he has been bleeding. Salah had put Liverpool in front, in fact, in that Merseyside derby after 42 minutes. He's got a cut there to his head, and Wayne Rooney with the equaliser after 77 minutes. City restart the game. Now Martial is down injured, and this doesn't look good again. United, of course, playing with 10 men because Rocchio is off the pitch. As we see Anthony Martial here. Oh dear me, that was a silly challenge there by Jesus on the Frenchman. And a long ball forward looking towards Lukaku, headed back towards Ederson. We're not missing anything at the moment, just City just playing the ball around at the moment, but at the moment I have to say United have parked the bus extremely well. If it was the intention of Mourinho. 38 minutes now almost gone. In fact, we've had 38 minutes. Just to remind you, all you gaming fans out there, we have another game that's going to be added to our roster of games. We will be doing live Ashes cricket. I bought Ashes cricket today, and it looks a really good game. I've seen the reviews for it, and it looks brilliant. So we'll be staging our own version of the Ashes here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. We will be playing with England, so stick around for that a little bit later on, and we'll be having the day one from the gather on that. Here's David Silva in the real world for Manchester City. Played in there towards Sterling, but he loses possession just as he was about to pull the trigger. 0-0. Matic has it for United. Around the corner. The ball being kept really well by United at the moment, but still no way through. 39 minutes gone. We'll have a substantial amount of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Here's David Silva for Manchester City. Gets the ball back again from Fernandinho. And here is David Silva. Just sort of stops at the moment. United just getting men behind the ball and just making sure that they don't go any further here and forcing City into mistakes. Now Lukaku on the counter-attack. He's a bit isolated in fairness. He did go down, but the referee not allowing it. There's De Bruyne for Manchester City, deep inside his own half. Looks for Fernandinho. Still no goals here in this 175th Manchester derby. Here's David Silva now for Manchester City. Gets the ball back once again. A bitterly cold afternoon in Manchester. As that ball is almost threaded through, but it's away by Rocchio. Lingard battling there in this, almost inside the centre circle. Sané now wins possession deep inside United half, and then he's penalised. United have been penalised. Young disputed decision. City want to get on with it very quickly. And not allowed to by Mr. Oliver. Now they've gone short to De Bruyne. De Bruyne towards Sterling. Sterling has got Delph on the near side. Back in field to Sterling again. Again, it's just passing the ball around 10 a penny here from Manchester City. United really are parking the bus here in this game. Can City break them down with Silva? Oh, lovely 1-2, almost came off there. Silva did really well, continued the run, but Sterling just couldn't thread the right through ball. Otherwise City were in business then. Company though touching it back to Delph. Delph on the left hand side to Otamendi, back to Delph once again. Again, lovely football again for Manchester City. 4 minutes of the first half to go. Plus stoppage time. Probably at least another 3 or 4 minutes on top of that. So probably about 8 minutes in all left. As Sané has it on the right hand side, runs at the defender. Sané into the penalty area, pulls the ball back. De Bruyne in a little bit of space, pull back to Sterling on the edge of the D. Sterling trying the shot, charged down by the United defenders. Now it's Delph on the near side. Delph will wedge it across it towards the penalty area. Comes to Jesus on the edge. Jesus with a shot and turned over. Or Sané, sorry, with a shot and flipped away well by David De Gea. Cutting from the right here, Jesus took it down well, but his shot was well parried by David De Gea. Just miscontrolled it slightly, got it back under control with his left foot, and then with his right foot smashed it in. And De Gea could not take any risks. City corner. 3 minutes to half time. That's normal time, that is. Here comes the corner in towards the 6-yard box. It's flicked on, it's in! A goal for Manchester City! He was touched in inside the 6-yard area. The corner came in from the right-hand side from De Bruyne. It wasn't cleared properly by Manchester United. And the ball came loose. And David Silva smashes it, or just prods it past the air into the back of the net. And Manchester United's policy to park the bus has backfired for Mourinho. Because City have done him on a set play. De Bruyne's corner causing all the confusion. Silva definitely onside. He was played onside, I think, by Ashley Young. Over on the far side. And he just prods it into the net. And the City fans going cock-a-hoop. And it's no more than what City deserve. United have been very negative in the way they've gone about it. And now they have to be more attack-minded now from now on in, because if they're going to save the game, United have to come from behind, and City have been the better team. Let's not make any mistake about it. Silva's third goal of the season, and it's a goal that's been coming right from the word goal practically. A terrific finish by David Silva in his 14th, 15th, I think it's his 15th Manchester derby or something like that. So he's got a very big experience in that particular game, and that's a big goal for only his third of the season, but it's a big goal in the context now, because the title race could hinge on this one game even at this early stage. As Valencia goes forward now, Herrera, but Valencia takes the ball from Herrera. Can United force a corner? They can. So United now starting to be forced into a bit of action, having conceded a sloppy goal from their own standards. They need to get Rashford and Martial and everybody on the ball now. If they can get themselves a level before half-time, it would be a great feeling for them. As Rashford sends this corner towards the back post, Matic just miscontrolled it, and he was unmarked as well. Ball just went underneath his studs. Still has possession on Matic on the left-hand side. Good tackle again, this time by Company. City still having to defend here a little bit. Still a chance here for United inside the penalty area. Herrera couldn't turn there. He goes down, but the referee says no. Here's De Bruyne over the halfway line for City. Is this going to be a breakout goal for them? As we come up towards the closing stages of the first half. I'll tell you what, it's been an amazing first 45 minutes here at Old Trafford. A game that's just ebbed and flowed all the way throughout. And we're now into 4 added minutes. The City attack incidentally didn't come to anything. So 4 minutes of time added on. And it's the City fans who are cheering at the moment. The 4 minutes, just to remind you, for that injury to Marcus Rocchio. Well, we're going to take a break for 10 minutes, then we're back with full second half commentary of this 175th Manchester derby. But it's United in trouble here at Old Trafford. United 0, City 1. And De Gea's giving it straight to Leroy Sané. And Sané now could punish United. And he goes down in the area. The referee wasn't interested. And Sané didn't appeal too greatly, to be fair. As Manchester United come marauding forward with Young. And now Rashford. Rashford trying to make something out of nothing here. But Silva, who's had a good first task, and he's epitomised that with a superbly taken goal. After United couldn't clear their eyes from a corner kick. And here come United looking for that equaliser. It might break here inside the penalty area. It's 1-1! It's Marcus Rashford! And it's a rare mistake from Manchester City. Fabian Delph let Rashford go. And Rashford said thank you very much and good night. 3 minutes into stoppage time at the end of the first half, United have drawn level. And it was a long ball here, and Duff miscontrolled it, and Rashford with his right foot plants it past Ederson, and so all of a sudden the game is on, and possibly the title race could possibly be back on again. 1-1 at Old Trafford. What a superb ending to a great first half. United really haven't been in it apart from that moment. But Mourinho's men have given themselves a big chance. Deep into stoppage time. We're into the third of the 4 minutes at the end of the first half. My goodness. What an end. What an end to this first half. Pep now sits in his seat and wonders. Ball back with Ederson inside his penalty area. No chance on the goal. It was just a beautiful right-footed low drive inside the area from about probably about 10 yards out from Rashford, and he's capable of that in his locker. 3 kick to Manchester City, foul inside the centre circle by Jesse Lingard on Fernandinho. I have to say Michael Oliver's had a decent match. Has refereed it as sensibly as he could. Obviously he has to stand for no nonsense in some aspects. Because it's a derby and tensions are running high. Some referees can bottle these occasions, but Michael Oliver so far has done a sterling job. That's a poor ball from Nicholas Otamendi, straight out of play. Gabriel Jesus not in a very good mood. We've now played the 4 minutes, and referee Oliver takes a look at his watch, points towards the tunnel area, and that is half time then at Old Trafford, and honours even. City deservedly took the lead after 42 minutes through David Silva, but 2 minutes into stoppage time Marcus Rashford with a superb equalising goal after a mistake by Fabian Delph has put Manchester United somehow back in the game when one balance of play they've barely deserved it, but they back on terms they are. It's anybody's second half here. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and then before second half comes through, the 175th Manchester derby, it's levels your doubles at half time. It's United 1, City 1. We'll be back in 10 minutes time. Welcome back to this live match between Manchester City and Manchester United, the 175th Manchester derby here. 1-1 at half time. No changes as I can make out from any of the two sides. Silva with the goal after 43 minutes, putting Manchester City in front. But in the second minute of stoppage time, an equalising goal from Marcus Rashford after a mistake by Fabian Delph. And in fact, I think there's going to be a alteration for Manchester City. I'll tell you who it is in just a second. It's Ilkay Gundogan, the former Borussia Dortmund man who's going to come on. We'll confirm who he's replaced in just a second. All I can tell you is that it's 1-1, and I suppose top score that was probably about as good as you probably could see in terms of a neutral interest in the game. And I'm strictly neutral, of course. 1-1 then as we get on the way. Gundogan is on, and we'll let you know, confirm who he's replaced in just a second. In fact, his replacements at company must have come off with a knock or something, but Gundogan is on. It might be a more of attacking change from Pep Guardiola as the second half is on with us. So Bernardino will probably drop to centre back, which is the case. Ball back to Edison in the opening stages of the second half. Manchester United, no alterations to them at half time. It's as you were with United. City now attacking the end where their supporters are. And at the moment it's United doing a bit of defensive work to the left, to the right hand side. And it's out for throw to City, edge of the penalty area. Referee, just to remind you, is Michael Oliver from County Durham. United in red, Manchester City in the sky blue. United attacking the Stretford end in the second half. Matic winning the ball, but was tripped. Excuse me. By Raheem Sterling, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Lindelof, in fact, has come on for Royo. That was inevitable, I think. It was just before half time, I should tell you. Didn't realise he'd come on, so yeah, United were forced into a substitution. As I say, the 175th in all, 72 wins United, 50 wins City, with 52 of them drawn. Can City make it 51 today and really push their advantage home in the title race, as Sané looks to try and get on the end of that, but good defending again by Chris Smalling. He's had a good game today, the England man. Done really well. Here's Walker now playing the 1-2 with Sané. Walker again. Back to Silva now on the right hand side for Manchester City. Or to Bruno, I should say, on the right hand side for City. Into Silva. Silva knocking it back into the penalty box. But again, good defending there from Manchester United. And here comes Martial. Martial to Lukaku. Lukaku goes over halfway down the left hand side. But what a good bit of covering there from Kyle Walker. He's no slouch over 100 metres, Kyle Walker. And he gets it back to Edison with no trouble at all. I think he probably vindicated his move going from Tottenham to Manchester City. But City have lost possession. Oh, almost did then. That would have been catastrophic for them now. Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan now over halfway. This game really could be to and fro in here as this goes on. Here's David Silva rather. To the left of the penalty area. Silva trying to play the ball in, but again, good defending again from Manchester United. Not standing for any nonsense again. I think they're prepared to part the bus again and try and catch them on the counter-attack. I think that's what they're planning on doing. I think that's what Mourinho's going to try and do. It's a throw to City. But I've got to tell you, it's going to be one hell of a ride here in this second half. So strap yourselves in and enjoy, because it's going to be one hell of a second half, folks. Let me assure you of that. Earlier today, Southampton and Arsenal drew 1-1 at St Mary's. We're now into the 49th minute here. 1-1 in the Merseyside derby. Jurgen Klopp has given an X-rated press conference complaining about the referee Craig Pawson giving a penalty to Wayne Rooney. There was quite a number of Liverpool players moaning and groaning at the referee as the game finished at Anfield. You'll be able to see all the incidents on Match of the Day later on BBC, Match of the Day 2 I should say, on BBC One at around about 10:30 if you haven't seen it already, but I can assure you controversy aplenty there at Anfield. But at Old Trafford we haven't had too much controversy, but two superbly taken goals from Silva and Rashford, and we have a one each scoreline at the moment. Here's Matic now for Manchester United, out to Ashley Young on the near side. Young cuts it over halfway, finds Martial and Rashford have just swapped flanks, and that's a good ball looking to find Lingard. He's just kept that in on the near side. Lingard past the defender, Fernandinho. Still Lingard, did well there, Jesse Lingard. Been unfortunate there, Fernandinho got back at him, but even so, that was good. I thought that was a good run there by the England man. I thought that was a really good play. Jesse Lingard really showing why Mourinho thinks so highly of him. Here's Young again, the left back, playing that ball in. United's looking for that second goal. I think the next goal's going to be so decisive in this sort of game when you look at the context of the teams. Here's Matic now trying to pirouette away from De Bruyne's advances and gets himself out of trouble. Lindelof back to goalkeeper De Gea. 1-1. We've had 5.5 minutes of the second half, and De Gea kicks forward. At the moment we've had 52 draws in the whole time, and I tell you what, it looks as if it could be draw number 53 if there's no further scoring. Here's Marcus Rashford ready towards a penalty area, and Martial crossing it back, and here's Rashford laying it in, and a chance inside the penalty area. It was Jesse Lingard running in there. And now a chance for David Silva over the halfway line. Silva over the halfway line he goes. Sane out to the side. Here's Sane for Manchester City. Right hand side, playing it in there towards Sterling, who couldn't quite get on the end of it. And Lindelof did just enough. Great defending there from the United man. But Jesse Lingard with the opportunity at the other end for United. It was lovely work, good work on the near side, and Lingard was in an inch of getting on the end of that. And then City scrambled it away and started their own attack. 1-1 here at Old Trafford, as it was in the game against Southampton and Arsenal, and Liverpool and Everton. They both finished one apiece. Now we're going to see a similar pattern here this afternoon. Tottenham winning 5-1 to keep their bid alive for the Champions League. So we're winning possession on halfway, doing really well now. Silva up towards the near side, or the far side I should say. The City left. And the referee's going to give a City 3 kick out. Fancy against Herrera. And Gabriel Jesus. 25 yards, left just to the left of the penalty area. Maybe a bit further than that. I think more 35 yards than 55. 11 fouls to United, or conceded by United, and City have conceded 5. But the big stat, it matters, it's 1-1 here, as the Spider Cam comes to a right close-up of this free kick. Bruyne and Silva, the two-men committee, as that's blotted in towards the penalty area. Oh, and it's ricocheted, Quang for City, and they've scored again! Another mistake in the United defence, and it's Otamendi who's made it 2-1. He can't believe he's lost Nicholas Otamendi. It was Lukaku who hit it straight at one of the defenders. It ricocheted so kindly for Otamendi, who just smashed it in past David De Gea. And almost 10 minutes into the second half, here's the free kick. Lukaku, I think it hits a United defender, and it just drops so fantastically, invitingly well for Nicholas Otamendi to just fire it into the back of the net. And Manchester City lead for the second time, and now Manchester United have to find something now in the remaining 35 minutes that remains in this game. Look at that smashing volley. And this is it's hit, I think it's hit Lindelof and it's gone in. It's a goal kick to Manchester City at the other end. But Pep Guardiola, well, that could be a crucial goal in the title race. Nicholas Otamendi. He scored against Burnley. He scored last week. Now he scored this week. Wow. 10 minutes of the second half gone. It's United 1, it's City 2. Manchester United have won a free kick on halfway and are wanting to take it quickly, but City won't let them take it quickly. And the referee's inclined to agree. Now United do start to get on with it, but City have got sufficient numbers back behind the ball. Now, again, the fruit's on the other foot now. It's up to Guardiola's team now to try and park the bus and maybe catch United on the break. And United have to go for it now because they are 2-1 down here at Old Trafford. And Pep Guardiola on the verge of Manchester City greatness. It's one for the fans, this, and well, their last time loss was back in 2016, September the 10th, and that ironically was to Manchester City. Although they did get their revenge in the League Cup game, which we covered on the YouTube channel. One matter getting the goal that night. Here's Young for United. Back to De Gea, who had no chance with both goals. Both accredited as defensive mistakes. And here comes City now with De Bruyne. A third goal would surely wrap it up. And here's Sané on the far side. Sané in field again to Silva. Back to Sané again. Wow. This is some match we're watching here. The 175th Manchester derby going the way of the blue half of Manchester. 2-1. And could it be curtains for every other team that could potentially be in the title race now? It looks as if it's going to be a one-horse race if City hang on and win the game. Because at the moment they look certainly and utterly unbeatable. Look at the possession they have here. And Kyle Walker just says, I'll get it back to Ederson. And Ederson, again, nonchalantly just knocks the ball forward. Otamendi up towards Delph now for City on the far side. Infield, it goes for Manchester City. And here's the chance now for De Bruyne. De Bruyne inside the centre circle, just loses possession of the ball. Now Young wins possession, and then he was rugby tackled to the ground. It's a 3-kick to Manchester United. Mourinho picking up the ball, giving it to Ashley Young, saying, come on, get on with it. But there's going to be a substitution here, I fancy. John Moss, the fourth official, incidentally. And it's Gabriel Jesus who's going to leave of the field. And Mangala will now come on for City. No sign yet of Sergio Aguero. But it's 2-1 City. And to be fair, they have been by far the better side if you look at it objectively over the statistics and the 90 minutes that have, or over the 58 minutes that we've actually been playing. Ball back to David De Gea, kicks long towards the halfway line. United 1, City 2. United now need to start. I need to start coming back into this a little bit more, because at the moment they don't look as if they are going to be capable enough. But we roped them off when they went one down. They came back very swiftly, so Deborah United off at your peril. Knocked away again by the Manchester City defender Mangala. Now here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Sané on the far side. Sané against Lindelof. Wobo in there towards Sterling, but it's knocked away by Smalling for another throw to City, level with the edge of the United box on the far side. The 175th Manchester derby at the moment going away with Manchester City, thanks to a brilliant volleyed goal by Otamendi after a mistake, after a mix-up when Lukaku clumsily hit the ball against Lindelof. Poor attempt to the clearance, and he just fell so vitally for Nicholas Otamendi to volley it in past the static David De Gea. It just simply couldn't have had a cat in hell's chance. Free kick to Manchester City. It's a foul by Valencia, the captain, on Leroy Sané. Half an hour to go, plus stoppage time. United 1, City 2. And are we going to see a famous Manchester City victory? It would be a massive statement of intent by City if they were to go and win this game from this position. And I've got to tell you, this has absolutely been a superb performance by the men from the blue half of Manchester. They've really put United to the sword and quite frankly deserve their lead in terms of balance of play. Earlier on today it ended 1-1 in the other two games. The Merseyside derby finished 1-1 and Southampton Arsenal finished 1-1. But I've got to tell you, what a super game we've had here at Old Trafford today. I have to tell you, I thought we're now back live with the action. Remember, 1-1 in the other games. We've had over an hour. A Silva tussles with that on halfway. Inside the United half, that is. Mangala winning the next ball. Matic trying to maraud forward for United. They trail, remember, by 2-1. Valencia now for United. In the red shirts, attacking the Stretford end. Can the Stretford end supporters suck the ball into the back of that City net? They need something now. Here's Rashford on the chase. Mangala close to him on the far side. It's a City ball. Rashford chucking the ball down in disgust. I think he's going to get a yellow card here, the youngster. Speaking out of turn to the linesman on the far side, it was a City throw. It clearly came off Rashford last, and I think Marcus Rashford just has to accept his medicine. Clearly came off him last, and you can understand the frustration there, but there was no need for Rashford to remonstrate with the referee or the referee's assistant, and I suppose Oliver, the referee, had no other choice but to show Marcus Rashford, who's a terrific starlet, will do great things for United and for England. Not that he's not done much at all already. He's won a lot of trophies. He's taken to Champions League football like a water off a duck's back. But maybe just learning a few harsh lessons of the realities of a derby game that has not really, apart from that one moment where he's equalised, it's not been United's day up until now. They have a throw level with the City box. They need something now in the remaining 28 minutes or so that we've got left to go at Old Trafford. Another throw to Manchester United. And they've taken... I've got to tell you, this really... It really has been a tough examination of United's credentials today. I mean, a tough test of City's credentials, but they're at the moment looking as if they're going to come out the right side of this, and they've played some great stuff to do it. They've been the much more dominant side. Gundogan takes possession halfway inside the half. Now finds David Silva on the left hand side. City now coming to try and score possibly a third goal to kill the game off. But here he comes, Silva now, marauding down. Still Silva. That's a lovely ball towards Gundogan and across the 6-yard area, and it was cleared by Manchester United. Now Lingard losing out again. United just simply aren't getting the breaks they so desperately want. And it's Manchester City really that are really asking all the questions here. As we head towards the final 25 minutes of action here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, remember, Manchester City 2. And it looks as if 3 crucial points could be heading away from Old Trafford to the other side of town and to the Etihad Stadium, where of course City have also been absolutely superb this season. They've not really put a foot wrong as regards their form there. They haven't lost a game at the Etihad. The one that they lost in the Champions League, they lost 2-1 to Shakhtar Donetsk as Lukaku is frustrated once again. In fact, it was an opportunity for United, as we were just talking off air. But there was the ball forward, and Lukaku had just gone into a bit of room there. Shot just went over into the Stratford end. Sané chests the ball well and goes towards the penalty area once again. 2-1 City lead, and it's a lead they've richly deserved on balance of play. They've dominated the play well. Remember, you can watch, you'll be able to find out what happened with Jurgen Klopp earlier today, because he was given an X-rated press conference after Liverpool had chucked away a golden opportunity to take 3 points from the Merseyside derby. So we're now into what Alex Ferguson would probably call squeaky bum time now at Old Trafford. And I'm sure Alex Ferguson will be watching with great interest here at Old Trafford today. As Matic gets it back to his goalkeeper. I've got to say, it's been a great advert for Premier League football today. It really has. One of the biggest games of the season so far, and it hasn't disappointed too much really as in terms of a spectacle. And yeah, it's been a terrific watch. But at the moment, it's going the way of Manchester City. 2-1 they lead. Here's Sané now over the halfway line on the left hand side. Gundogan making a space in the middle, or making a bit of support in the middle. Silva back to Sané on the far side. Sané needs to pick out options in the middle towards Gundogan. The cross got a little deflection on it. De Bruyne tries a shot from 35 yards. It was charged down by the United defenders. And so far it looks as if City now going for the kill, going for that third goal, which would give them surely an unassailable 3-1 lead. But United needs something from their forward line at the moment. And apart from Rashford, it hasn't been forthcoming. Lukaku has been off the pace, come somewhat. He's hit one into the Stretford end. But apart from that, he's offered nothing much else. Here comes Martial. Martial was tripped. Surely there, the referee was right on the spot. Sterling brought Martial down. Free kick Manchester United in a very promising position. Left of centre here. And it was a really clumsy challenge by Raheem Sterling. So a free kick with 22 minutes left on the clock at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Manchester City 2. A terrific game of football, and it's been so much to enjoy here. Rashford and Young, the two-man committee. Looks as if Rashford wants a piece of it. It'll be the right foot, I fancy. And Rashford steps up, right-footed, shoots over the bar. In fact, it's a stanchion behind the goal. And a goal kick it is to Manchester City. Struck it well, but just bending over. And again, as you saw there, just hits the stand. Well, as I saw, hit the stanchion at the back. If you are watching the game live with me and you're listening to the commentary, welcome along. Just to remind you that Silva put City in front after 43 minutes. Then Rashford equalised deep into stoppage time to make the half-time score 1-1. But Otamendi, 10 minutes into the second half, has given Manchester City a 2-1 buffer. And here's De Bruyne now, cutting in from the right-hand side. De Bruyne might go alone. De Bruyne with a shot. Good save by De Gea, diving away to his right. Turning it behind for a corner. But Kevin De Bruyne nearly won it there and then. Lovely move here. De Bruyne picking up the loose ball, running at the defenders who had backed off. Hitting a terrific left-footed shot. Hit it well, but De Gea got down very smartly and got a big right hand on the ball, turning it behind for a corner. So it's not all over yet. Well, United, as that corner comes in, it's an outswinger. Missed everyone inside the 6-yard areas, quite frankly. That's kept in rather well by De Bruyne. Sterling by the near side, he's done well, Sterling. Good control by him, into more Silva inside the area, just loses control of the ball. And here goes Jesse Lingard. Over the halfway line, he'll trot. And that's a good ball towards Martial. It's Anthony Martial now. Oh, just couldn't come away. Now Lingard has it. He goes down. Referee says no. It's all starting to get a little bit stretched out there. There's a late challenge. Referee trying to play an advantage. I have to say, I'm a little bit bemused why he's playing advantage, because I don't think there's too much United could have done there, because it's allowed City to get players back. Martial now tangling, and obviously I think United would have rather taken the free kick rather than advantage there. I think Michael Oliver was probably a bit hasty to play an advantage. But being the referee as he is, it's his decision if he wants to let the game flow. Personally, I think United would have rather had the free kick. Back to David De Gea once again. In this second half, 71 minutes gone. United 1, City 2. Later tonight, I'll be doing live commentary on a new PlayStation 4 game. So for the gamers out there who like a bit of cricket, we'll be replicating the Ashes currently going on down under and see if we can do a bit better with England. Like they're not doing in real life. They're 2 down in the Ashes, and of course the third test starts in Perth. There's a player down inside the centre circle. Play down in as they play the third test down in Perth, down in the centre circle, and a yellow card coming out here for one of. Well, I think it's gone to David Silva. I think he's taken over who's the captain of Manchester City. I think it's for the earlier challenge on Herrera, which referee Oliver tried to play advantage. And I don't think there was an advantage both coming, to be fair. I think the free kick should have been given. But I try to give referees credit, but I just don't know. Jesse Lingard could have had a free kick there, but Michael Oliver just wasn't interested. Be interested to see what both managers make of it. David Silva has already been booked, and he's having a few words with Matic, and if the referee spots this and says any more here, Silva, he could end up being off the field, and that would be a big blow to Manchester City. United have missed the industry of Paul Pogba, serving the second of 3 matches, of course, who is suspension. And at the moment it's City who are having the best of it with De Bruyne. Referee stopped the game. It's a free kick to Manchester United. They really do need to get on with it very quickly. Premier League game. Michael Oliver in battle already, and Lingard has fouled his man. It's a free kick. It was a foul on Delph. Michael Oliver having to be very eagle-eyed here in a game of huge importance, not just for City's season but for United as well, because they lose this game, United, it could well be over, game over for the title. I say that, but you never know. We all thought it was dead and buried in '96 when Newcastle had an unassailable, what was thought to be an unassailable lead in the title race. There was something like 12 points ahead, and then they blew it in the second half of the season. Anything could still happen, you know. Football has a funny way of doing things. As Zlatan Ibrahimovic about to come on as the snow comes down here in Manchester at Old Trafford. 2-1 United trail. This is smaller than halfway. United now looking to break the City bus down. It's City parking their bus now. 2-1 up. Pep Guardiola just signalling to the players to get back. Looks as if he's trying to play Mourinho on his own game now. Quarter of an hour left to play at Old Trafford. It's been a magnificent fair between two sides who have battled it out so well at Old Trafford this afternoon. But it's going away at the men from the Etihad Stadium. Pep Guardiola leading Jose Mourinho 2-1 at the moment. Here's a chance now for United. A shot coming in. It was Jesse Lingard with Marcus Rashford rather with the shot. Hit it right-footed, and Ederson, who's not had much to do in the second half, diving away to his left-hand side, to his near post, turning it away. Poor defending again from Fabian Delph. And the goalkeeper got down well. Good save. United corner. And here comes the change. Jesse Lingard is going to be replaced. And here's the talisman, Zlatan. He's won the league in every single country he's played for, or played at, whether he's been in Italy, Spain, France, wherever he's played, he's always won the league. Apart from England, of course. But could he play a key role in this title race as that corner comes in for United? It's back with Young on the edge. It's a good intelligent ball out towards the far side. But the flag is up against Rashford, I'm afraid. And a free kick to Manchester City. That will not impress the United fans too much, but they will be optimistic now that Zlatan is on the field. Anything is still very much possible. 2-1 to City, who have been pretty good value, I have to say. They've played some really good stuff thus far. Ball up towards Lukaku, onto Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Delph hits it very high in the air, but didn't get enough distance or enough sort of purchase on it. Ball back with Young, back to goalkeeper De Gea, who's now a virtual spectator, if you like. So a long ball forward now towards Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but the ball will run dead into touch. He applauds the attempt at the pass. I have to tell you, really, it's been that sort of a match, really, where it's to and fro all the way. And, well, with Zlatan on the field, anything's still possible for Manchester United. Michael Oliver will want to keep an eye on the time wasting here from Manchester City. It's 6:10 in the evening here in Manchester. On a bitterly cold, snowy afternoon. There were some doubts whether this derby would go ahead or not because of the snow and everything else. Here's a chance now. An opportunity here for Lukaku inside the area. It's Romelu Lukaku, just couldn't get it out from on his feet. He had two City players breathing down him as well. That was poor play, and that was poor play from City, and then, it's given a free kick to City. I have to say, Otamendi's a very lucky boy, because I think that was a penalty. Herrera is absolutely livid, and Otamendi and Herrera are squaring up to each other. We've got a free-for-all here at Old Trafford. What's the referee going to do here? It looked as if... Well, he's given a yellow card, presumably for simulation against Herrera. We have overall controversy here in the Manchester derby. Poor defending here by Otamendi. That's a penalty for me. I think Otamendi's very, very lucky. He's tripped up Herrera. That's a penalty. And Michael Oliver, who is standing no more than 4 yards away, has given a yellow card for simulation against Ander Herrera, and I just cannot understand it. I think that's a poor decision from the referee, and I think that should be a United penalty. I think City have got away with one here. I think that's a penalty to Manchester United. And it's certainly in the bracket of Syndon Giving. When you watch it back on Match of the Day tonight, you'll understand why it should have been a penalty. Now City we've got Raheem Sterling down on the floor, and the game is now becoming an absolute farce. To be fair, Sterling, he's tripped over, and if he's given a free kick for that, I'm afraid, Michael Oliver, you need to take a hard look in the mirror, because Sterling has dived for me. I think United have not had the rub of the green on certain decisions. But they certainly should have had a penalty there about sort of 2 or 3 minutes ago. Looked a penalty. Otamendi was clumsy, and yet the referee not 3 yards away. Well, there we are. Most goals in the last 10 minutes. United lead the way with 11, so there's still hope for them yet. City, though, a second in 9, and then come Arsenal, Chelsea and Watford. But it could go either way still. This derby match... It's still not won yet by Manchester City. Here's Delph now over halfway. That's a good ball towards Sané on the far side. Sané now towards the touchline. Cuts back in field. United have 2 defenders back. And Lindelof now is pulled up. But he's given it straight away. And then the pass in from Gundogan was a poor one. And it's gone behind for a goal kick to United. Less than 10 minutes to go of the game. Lindelof there. Pulling up there. I don't know whether he's completely injured himself, but there's going to be an alteration here. Herrera, who should have had a penalty about a couple of minutes ago, is going to be replaced by Juan Mata, and he's the sort of guy that can change a game in an instant, the Spaniard. He has that presence about him as Lukaku flicks on the free kick from De Gea. Midway side, the City half. Now he's back on halfway. A little game of head tennis. And here's De Bruyne now over halfway. Manchester City have possession, and that's rather careless from Kevin De Bruyne's own high standards. The ball kicked away by De Gea. We've got some big games coming up as well. Arsenal Liverpool on the 22nd. That looks a tasty match as well. El Clasico on the 23rd. Some massive games then, that one. Of course, Boxing Day, we've got Manchester United here. 27th of December, the Edinburgh Derby, and Newcastle versus City. Celtic Rangers is the 30th of December. And January the 1st, we'll be commentating on Burnley against Liverpool. January the 3rd, Arsenal Chelsea. And Tottenham West Ham, and of course the FA Cup 3rd round on the 6th and 7th of January. And one of the games we won't be featuring, I'm afraid, is the Merseyside Derby. So I will not be available to commentate on that one, but I'm sure that will be a very tasty tie. But we will have 2 ties over the weekend of the 6th and the 7th for you, even if the Merseyside Derby is taking place on the 5th. Mata is offside, and it's a free kick to City. 7 minutes just over the play. Back 3 of them were offside. Looking at it on the monitor again, the replay. Pep Guardiola. I suppose Jose Mourinho's umpteen times in their Barcelona days. And he knows what Mourinho's like, and Mourinho knows what Pep's like. That's a slice clearance into touch, 10 yards. Inside his own half for Kyle Walker, but it's United's throw. They've still got time to change it. We're now entering what Sir Alex Ferguson used to call squeaky bum time. Can Manchester United pull something out of the fire in the remaining 6.5 minutes that remain? Render off to United. Now the cross in from the left hand side. Into Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Turns nicely. Ball played in there. Here's a chance for Martial. Ball back inside. And Lukaku couldn't finish it off. Lukaku is saved by the goalkeeper and somehow he's kicked off the line. Ederson has hurt himself and may well need to be careful there, but it was a brave piece of keeping. It looked on an equaliser as Martial pulled that ball back. Lukaku should have scored there. Mata tried himself, and somehow the goalkeeper has made a superb double save. First from Romelu Lukaku from point blank range. He's hit him in the face actually, and then Juan Mata with the second opportunity, and United should have been level. But that, for me, the first save from Lukaku was a marvellous save. It was a brave save. And the second one was just as good with his hands. And Fabian Delph just boots it out to play. 5 minutes to go. And we're still on 10 hooks here in this Manchester derby. Ederson is hurt. He's receiving treatment from the Manchester City physios, the medical staff. He got injured, of course, in that 5-0 demolition job of Liverpool when Sané got sent off in that particular match. Had to wear an head guard for a few weeks. But it's a United throw level with the City penalty area. Matic losing out. Young still wins possession. Smalling now for United. Lindelof, the substitute. Now then, one ball in there towards Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Couldn't get on the end of it. It was good defensive work by Manchester City, just holding off Zlatan. And a goal kick. Ederson looks okay. Four minutes to go. United fans not happy because Ederson is taking a heck of a lot of time here. Ederson with a kick. Way over the halfway line. It's been a dramatic second half here. And it could get even worse here. Sané goes on the break. Are we going to see more drama? Sané inside the penalty area. Inviting two challenges from Manchester United to come and have a little bite to do in the corner flag. And he's won the corner to United's disgust. Let's see who it comes off last here. Definitely off Chris Smalling. No need to dispute that decision. United 1, City 2 is the current scoreline. It's a wasted corner there from Manchester City to try to go short, and De Bruyne trying to be a little bit too clever. 3 minutes left to play. And City now going to show things up because they know now it's a 2-1 lead they have to protect. Ederson has made two magnificent blocks, and at the moment Otamendi's goal in the second half, 10 minutes into it, looks like being a decisive factor as Leroy Sané walks off the field, although he's been told to hurry up by referee Oliver. Bernardo Silva, who cheated against Burnley, of course, earlier on in the season to win a penalty against poor old Nick Pope, who never even touched him, will come on. Sané has worked very, very hard, though, for City. But as a mutual, I have to say, United just haven't had that inclination to try and unlock the City defence. Not even, They got a bit fortunate with a mistake by Delph, but all three goals have lent themselves to defensive mishaps, really, one way or another. And but you have to say Ederson has probably been the difference here between success and failure for Manchester City, because if it wasn't for his goalkeeping, who knows what might have happened. United 1, City 2, 90 seconds of the second half remaining. The two managers now wanting more from their side. Gundogan playing that ball forward. Can't find Bernardo Silva. Now a long ball over the top looking for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Could well be a defeat here for United. And if it is, it could well be the end of their chances of winning the Premier League for the first time since 2013. Here's Raheem Sterling. Sterling on the near side, just playing it into the corners. We're now into the last minute of normal time. It's probably a little bit early, but to be fair to Sterling, he's won a throw-in out of it. Ashley Young having worse to say to his fellow colleagues. And it's not helping United with the ball being down at the right-hand end of the Old Trafford Stadium. Sterling again. Oh, he's fouled. Young, frustrated, hacks out. And we'll get a yellow card from referee Oliver. Professional foul of the highest calibre from Ashley Young, who's given a lot to United's cause today, but just hasn't been enough. City again haven't surprisingly not thrown anyone forward. 5 seconds of normal time to go. We've now played the 90, and I would suggest at least 3 or 4 minutes. I'm guessing we're now into stoppage time. We've had about 8 minutes. We've got 4 more to go. 8 seconds I should have said, but we've got another 4 minutes to go. So still, if United can get possession and get up the field, they've got every chance. And Mourinho having a word or two with John Moss. I'm sure what he's got to complain about. I think 4 minutes was probably about right. Poor old John Moss can't do right for doing wrong. You can't please them all. Here's a chance now for Manchester City to just keep possession and they win another throw. We've played almost 45 seconds of the first of the 4 minutes. De Bruyne to take the throw, and again City just winning it, and to the delight of their fans who can see 3 points signed, sealed and delivered and on the way to Manchester. This was a massive game in terms, it was an important game for United because they were at home. They puffed and puffed to obviously score through Rashford, but it hasn't been enough on the day. Unless they can find something now in the remaining 2.5 minutes that we've got left, then I think it could be all over for United today anyway. But they won't look to fight another day. Here's De Gea for United. 2-1 they trail. They haven't got much time. 2 minutes 20 seconds of time added on to go. City have got to play it down below me, and it's De Bruyne. If Oliver's on the ball, he'll be adding time on. Now what's he doing now, the referee? He's going back. Well, this is not helping things as far as the United fans are concerned. We've got 2 of the 4 minutes still left to play. Still United need to get possession. Matic chips that one forward looking for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Lukaku couldn't get on the end of that attempted clearance. It was a poor clearance, but here's Sterling through the centre. Now this could be a real finisher here now. Can they finish it? And there could be a penalty in the offing. No, says the referee. Not being fouled. I think it was Bernardo on the far side of the penalty box that went down. It was in the set penalty area. Less than 90 seconds remain here at Old Trafford. No penalty there. And, well, We're now into the final minute of the four, and that's a long ball forward. Chance here for Bernardo to win it. Bernardo all the way, shoots, and it's saved by De Gea. But it goes behind for a corner. But that will suit City. A long ball over the top. Bernardo on side here. Should have kept his head a little bit better than what he did. But De Gea was very good. And made a very good block, but it still gives City the opportunity to have all the time in the world. David De Gea frustrated, and we've got a blue flare over by the corner flag, which won't help matters here. There might be some repercussions over this, so we've got a red flare just over by the far corner flag on the right hand side. We've got about 10 seconds of stoppage time to go. Pep Guardiola will surely want the whistle. John Moss checking his watch there, the fourth official. City fans in one corner of Old Trafford about to erupt in celebration, but I'm sure Marco will play a little bit more time at the end. Here's Sterling through in the middle. Bernardo making a good run. So too is De Bruyne. De Bruyne tries to knock the ball across, and it's another corner to City. And Ashley Young trying to get City, or urge City to get on with it straight away, but he's placed the ball on the quadrant so City can get on with it. But I think time has run out on Manchester United here today, and maybe for the title race, because it's a big 3 points to Manchester City. Let's be fair, they have been a better team, and there goes the full-time whistle, and what a lovely bit of sportsmanship. Both managers shaking hands and embracing, but it's Pep's day at Old Trafford. Manchester United well beaten in the end, and you have to say over the 90 minutes, Manchester City were the better team. United will point to a potential penalty that should have been given but wasn't, when Herrera was clumsily brought down by the goal scorer of the second and what turned out to be the winning goal from Nicolas Otamendi. He brought him down, and Manchester United should have had a penalty, but it wasn't to be for them. But if you look back over the piece and over the 90 minutes, you have to say City deserved it. And now they'll take a firm grip on the top of the Premier League now. And is anybody going to catch Pep Guardiola's team at this moment in time? Well, I've got to say, it's looking very ominous indeed. And, well, one must feel sorry for United in some respects, because they gave it a good go in the second half, but just weren't good enough on the day to go through. But it's Manchester City who now retain their lead on the Premier League, and you've got to say, I think it's going to take a monumental effort from any of the other challenges to really reel City in at this moment in time. So, 11 points the gap at the top of the Premier League. Can City be caught? At the moment, it doesn't look as if they are going to do. It's a record-breaking win, and at the moment, there's no stopping Manchester City domestically. And Nicolas Otamendi's goal looks as if it's has given City a real boost in the title race. Well, it'll be interesting to hear from Mourinho afterwards, but we've got no more time, folks. We've completely run out of time. But thank you very much for watching our live commentary stream. Manchester United against Manchester City. It was always going to be a fantastic derby. It didn't disappoint at all. But Manchester City, thanks to a goal in the 55th minute from Nicolas Otamendi. Let's just go through the whole story before we do. City took the lead after 43 through David Silva, firing in after United, or flicking it in after United failed to deal with a De Bruyne corner, and then a mistake from a long ball by Fabian Delph, letting Rashford for the equaliser in stoppage time not long after. But in the 10th minute of the second half, Nicolas Otamendi, after a mistake by Lukaku and Lindelof, after Lukaku hit it against Lindelof's head, falling finally for Otamendi, and the centre-back smashed it in on the volley. And Manchester City held on, survived a penalty appeal when Herrera was clearly brought down by Otamendi, but the referee gave it for simulation against Herrera, booked him, and it looked a very, very poor decision. But having said all that, over the piece, I think the better team won, and Pep Guardiola's team are the tops right now. 11 points clear. Who's going to stop Manchester City now? That is the question. United tried and failed. Liverpool tried and failed. Who's going to stop City now? It's looking very much like they could well end up still being unbeaten at the turn of the year in the Premier League. They are such a red-hot side at the moment. And not even Manchester United in their pomp at Old Trafford could do anything to stop this Manchester City juggernaut going 11 points clear. And at the moment, as things stand, the title is looking like a possession. Thank you very much indeed for listening to the game. I hope you very much enjoyed the live stream. It's hats off to Manchester City. They were the better team on the day. Pep Guardiola got his tactics spot on. Mourinho's tactic to park the bus backfired so dramatically. And United have paid the price for that. City go 11 points clear. That's the story at Old Trafford tonight. Earlier today, Southampton and Arsenal drew 1-1. And Liverpool and Everton drew 1-1 in a fiery Merseyside derby. But at Old Trafford today in our big game, City have got the bragging rights, and what's even more important, they're a whopping 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League tonight. From me, JB, have a good evening. I'll see you later on for Ashes cricket, for all the gamers out there. But from this game and from this stream, it's goodbye.